The following is a copy of a letter that the New York police found in a house that was raided in Jersey on March 5, 2002. It reads as follows. So here I am, hiding in the backyard of an abandoned house 4 suburbs away from anything that even remotely resembles home, just me and my friend. She's severely wounded, I'm all scratched up. Being too afraid to leave out of fear they might find us. I am hearing the ruckus among the neighboring houses of this street now. The whistling is getting louder, and I'm afraid. It's only a matter of time until we are surrounded. We should keep moving, but without any resources and as torn up as we are now, we would never make it. Someone once said that humans fight and try to kill anything they are afraid of. Sadly, it's more of a shoot first, ask questions later approach with them. Me and my pack of werewolves never considered this when we moved into the big city. We believed most people mind their own business, and if we didn't harm anyone, we could live normal lives and never be disturbed. Raw meat always seemed to curb the lust for flesh, and whenever we had a chance we would go hunting. We'd go camp in the woods for weeks. I am Eric. I lived a fairly normal life. I graduated high school with my friends. I was born a werewolf. It runs in my bloodline. I only realized it when I turned 18 when I started feeling different. That summer I turned the first time. It was horrifying. Upon doing some research I found out this was a bloodline from my dad's side. He had been killed when I was very young. My mom said it was a car accident. Yet I still wanted to live a normal life. I couldn't ever hurt anyone. I moved to America to attend college and went to a college in New Jersey. The circumstances aligned, and that's where Alicia sniffed me out. She was a werewolf as well, who was part of a pack that lived a normal life. I befriended her, and we became inseparably close in a matter of days. Alicia introduced me to the rest of her friends, Derek, April, Keegan, Dwight, Stephanie and Kevin. There is always a Kevin. Alicia was our alpha. We loved and trusted her. She took great care of us. Alicia spent a lot of time helping me make my transitions easier and adapting to my new life. She was so patient with me. I was so lucky to find a pack that believed what I believed and yet could survive. Life was simple. We never had any problems and went under the radar. This all changed one night in autumn when one of new guys we had befriended, Trent, went wild. He roamed free out of the confines of the campground that was secluded, and wound up attacking innocent people near the river 30 miles away. He killed and ate about 10 people that night. Most conspiracy theories arise from witnesses who escape and tell others. First, they seem crazy, then someone else pops up with a video until, whilst remaining silent about it, the city officials act softly and without hesitation. They never listen to any potential objective points that may prove anyone innocent, and as it happens, most of us innocent get punished for one wicked individual. People stand trial while the beasts get beheaded. Anyway, we needed to continue living our lives and stay in the background to avoid suspicion. We didn't realize the city officials had been through this several times with the more dangerous of our species and knew how to catch us. We were naive. We thought there was no way a human could find us without us exposing ourselves to them. We also thought that they would be open to reason, but protective instincts have never proven to investigate before attack. All our predecessors have made the rumor of werewolves who don't eat humans a myth. Alicia recons that if we were human, we would have done the same thing, and we need to understand their point of view. It's only to protect themselves. Rather safe than sorry. Rather kill the beast to protect your people than to have regrets. Unbeknownst to us, we continued going to school. The first week was calm. Everything was normal. Everything except for these weird high-pitched whistles we would hear. They were quite far away, but the closer they got, the more we felt them in our bones. Everything went fine until Kevin went missing. I have no idea where he went. We couldn't get hold of his family, but Alicia did not want to jump to any conclusion. She had faith. So, we continued our routine to avoid suspicion. Another member of our pack disappeared, and she had to face the fact that this was suspicious. We all wanted to run. She didn't believe in running. She believed time would prove we were innocent. She'd always say that if one part of the world didn't like us and we ran, what would stop it from happening again? We had to prove we weren't enemies, whether it was by living normal lives or facing the authorities head-on and proving our innocence no matter how long it takes. That's what we all wanted. We wanted to be treated as citizens. Humans murder each other too. Every day you hear about serial killers, massacres, robbery, and even cannibalism. Those people get tried within the confines of the government, and the innocent get protected and treated like your model citizen. Why couldn't it be the same for us? None of us knew what the city officials already knew. Maybe knowing that would have changed everything and saved my friends in time. That same week there was a full moon. We needed to go to our camping grounds, and so we did. Our part of the forest was far from the river. Nobody went there because of wild animals. Around 2 a.m. there was a horrible noise that penetrated my organs. I felt it before I even woke up. The police came out of nowhere with their weapons firing. First shot, Stephanie was out. She didn't move. She didn't heal. That's when we knew they had discovered something that could kill us. Derek screamed. He loved Steph. He ran to her and got shot too. He also didn't move. The bullets were so powerful, one shot took his head clean off. I had no idea I could be so afraid of humans. Alicia looked at me with blood streaming down her eyes and ears, screaming, "Run!" That was a difficult task, but the rest of us did, and tried not to look back. As we ran, our friends were slowly caught. Shot one by one until only me, Alicia, and Dwight were left. We ran until we thought we were safe. We got cornered a few times on the way. Alicia got scraped by a bullet on her leg, and I got hit by a car passing. With all our cuts and bruises, we jumped a few houses, running through the yards and over the fences until we found this abandoned house in the suburbs. We had been hiding for a few hours when we started hearing them in the streets. I could hear the whistling get closer. Without hesitation, Dwight ran out and pulled off a distraction. I heard the gunshots, and I knew he was gone. He had temporarily swayed them, sacrificing his life in the process. This is something we would all have done for Alicia, our alpha. I'd happily go next. "We have to run," said Alicia. "I have no strength left. I'm tired and we are hurt. We can't continue much longer. I left this letter so you can understand our story, our journey, and who we are, so that maybe you might empathize with us, or at the very least believe that some werewolves are good and won't hurt you. Maybe the next time you would find another way so that not so many innocent beasts would get hurt. We were always willing to cooperate. You don't need to be afraid. We are innocent. We never hurt anyone. If you find this letter, we are either gone or dead, but if you see us, please don't shoot. End of letter. The particular individual responsible for this letter was never found.